Welcome to Paradise! Today, we're taking you on an unforgettable 6-day adventure in Boracay with our 1-year-old toddler and her first beach experience. I will also give you several tips and guides on how to make your experience going to Paradise a whole lot better, and give you insights on staying at a more private resort away from all the busyness of White Beach, and reasons why you should stay at Boracay's world-famous White Beach, which is the Boracay that you famously know. And spoiler alert, yes, it's crowded but beautiful. Let's get started. We traveled to Boracay last July of 2024 for our 10th year anniversary, and we frequently travel to Boracay almost every year. And no matter the season is, Boracay is just so beautiful. This year, it's a new experience as we are now with our firstborn, Anya Francine, or Nyanya. Boracay is just an hour away from Manila and located off the northwest coast of Panay Island. There are regular flights going to the island, and we took the Cebu Pacific flight from Ninoy Aquino Terminal 3 going to Caticlan Airport. If you have a kid and you're in Terminal 3, there's a free play place for kids near Gate 118, which Nyanya played since our flight got delayed for about an hour. Travel tip number 1. Book promo fares for your domestic flight. Flight carriers often hold promo fares every month, particularly Cebu Pacific Air or Cebu Pac and Air Asia. Cebu Pac particularly offers piso fares on a monthly basis, though make sure to book immediately for flights to Caticlan as it sells out on the first day of promo sale. Travel time to Caticlan is around 1.5 hours, and if you're lucky, you'll get a sneak peek of what Boracay Paradise has in store for you. From Caticlan Airport, you will need to go to the jetty port where you will need to pay various fees for entering Boracay, like terminal fees and environmental fees aside from your boat ride fare. Travel tip number 2. Book a round-trip Caticlan to Boracay transfer for a hassle-free trip to Boracay Island. If you're not on a tight budget, I highly recommend booking a chartered Boracay transfer from the airport to your hotel or resort for a faster and hassle-free trip going to Boracay Island. Prices vary per service or hotel, starting from 600 pesos all the way to thousands of pesos per one-way trip. We booked a one-way transfer with our first destination in Boracay, Fairways and Bluewater, for 1,900 pesos for all 3 of us, which includes the van ride from Caticlan Airport, fees at the jetty port, boat ride into Boracay Island, and the van ride into our hotel, and the baggage transfers are also included. It's a bit farther since the resort is located away from the famous White Beach of Boracay. The place is so huge that you'll need to ride inside the property to reach the lobby. Fairways and Bluewater Boracay is an 80-hectare eco-friendly resort and accommodation, and it is really big. I was able to run 5 kilometers inside the resort back in 2019 during our first stay in this private resort. Fairways and Bluewater has been cited by Condé Nast Johanssens, which is a trusted London-based luxury and lifestyle reference guide, as one of the top luxury resorts in the world. It also features a golf course in the middle of the resort. We stayed for 3 days in Fairways and Bluewater, and we got a promo deal with Union Bank for our executive room for about 14,000 pesos for 2 nights, which is a pretty good deal as it's one of their expensive rooms. You can get a standard room with them for about 3,200 pesos per night, and that's without any promos. Pretty cheap considering that you're staying in a more private and nature-friendly resort in Boracay. We had bad weather during our first 3 days here in Boracay due to a typhoon passing the northern part of the country. So most of the footage you'll see here in Fairways and Bluewater is a bit cloudy and scattered rains here and there. Here's my quick review of Fairways and Bluewater Boracay. Overall, we had a nice stay and we will definitely be back, as staying here in this unique and secluded resort is another way to experience Boracay, away from all the busyness of White Beach. Sad to say, this year, we had a minor not so good experience with Fairways and Bluewater, and here's the details on that. For the bad part, since 2019, a lot has changed with the resort. Particularly, the lobby is now located all the way inside the resort, which is about a 10 minutes ride from the gate. We particularly booked this room thinking we were being near the lobby and a pool, but apparently, the executive room is in the middle of nowhere. Unless your primary goal is to play golf, as it seems this is the building where golf is the main activity. If you plan to stay here in Fairways and Bluewater, make sure to book a room near the lobby, as that's where all the happening is going to be. As you can see here in the main building where the lobby is located, the nightlife is very much alive, as there is a restaurant and bar, as well as some relaxing place to hang out for guests. There's an amazing pool bar where you can drink with your friends. Our room also got a bit of water inside during our second day, as the rainwater flooded the walkway of our building, and there's no device or whatsoever that will stop the water from going inside your room. Hot water for the shower is also busted, though they fix it in the second day. It's kinda hard to get a hold of room service as well. In this video, you'll see that it's my third time trying to contact someone but to no avail. Maybe it's due to the rainy season and most staff are on a break or something. Lastly, the in-room food service is just bad. If you plan to order food in your room, I would recommend just eating at the restaurant, which is all the way in the lobby, meaning a 10 minutes ride from our location. But it's just until 10 p.m. so after that, your best option is to order food outside. Those are the bad experience that we had, mostly minor and isolated issues and easy to address. Now, here's the great things about Fairways and Bluewater Boracay. It's big and beautiful, and as mentioned several times already, less busy compared to hotels and accommodations near White Beach, as Fairways and Bluewater is contained in its own nature reserve, and the beach is secluded and for resort guests only. It's walking distance as well to the Citymall Boracay, where you can dine, shop, and buy groceries. Fairways and Bluewater also features an 18-hole championship golf course, which is one of a kind here in Boracay. There are several bars and restaurants scattered across the resort. Our favorite is the Ventana Pool Bar, where we had a fun night during our first stay in Fairways last 2019. On our first day here at Fairways, they had a foam party at Ventana Pool Bar, where our nyanya had a blast. She really enjoyed swimming in the foam and bubbles, even though she barely saw anything due to the foam. Everyone had a great time, We made new friends and Nyanya had her first party experience here at Ventana. It was a rainy and windy second day for us in Boracay, and we decided to do a bit of grocery shopping at Citymall, Boracay, which is just a short walk from the gate of Fairways and Bluewater. There's some decent fast food here like Jollibee and Mang Inasal, and a Save More supermarket has a wide range of grocery selection. There's a cinema as well, but I guess there's no one watching as only one cinema is operating. There's a video bank for all your banking needs, and a small hardware, as well as a Watson store for general health and pharmacy. We then headed back to Fairways and Bluewater for our included breakfast buffet. Well, it's just okay. We experienced better breakfast on other hotels. The weather became better around midday, and while it was still windy, it stopped raining, which allowed us to explore the secluded beach area of Fairways and Bluewater. You will need to take a ride as it's all the way back of the resort. Upon arrival, there's an infinity pool located at the entrance down to the beach area. The view is awesome, as you'll see the private cove and the Boracay Keyhole that tourists flock to, and we will cover it later. There's another beach accessible down this road, which is just a short walk from the infinity pool. This beach, which I assume is for Belmont or Savoy Hotel guests, is way larger but still less crowded compared to White Beach. There's some music, food, and drinks as well, which makes the experience a whole lot better. It rained hard during the evening, and as mentioned earlier, we got flooded inside our room. We called it a day so we can start early the next day. Our last day here at Fairways and Bluewater. We're moving later to a different resort on our third day. I started early and did a quick 5-kilometer run inside the resort and visited the Boracay Keyhole, which is a stunning rock formation facing the Sibuyan Sea. There are electric tricycles that you can pay to ferry you to the entrance of this famous tourist attraction. Or if you're staying at Fairways and Bluewater, they can probably ferry you there for a fee. The entrance is about 5 to 10 minutes walk to the Keyhole, where you can take a photo, though as you can see, there's a lot of tourists trying to take their photos and video, so you might have to wait for your turn. I went back to our room and prepared to check out for our stay here at Fairways and Bluewater. Overall, it was an awesome stay even though we had some bad experiences. But we will be coming back here and hopefully their services have improved. After checkout, we opted to ride the electric tricycle to our next destination, Hennan Palm, located at Station 2 of White Beach, Boracay. Our ride cost only 100 pesos instead of the 1,200 pesos that Fairways and Bluewater was asking us for a van ride to Station 2. Travel tip number 3. Stay at White Beach if this is your first time in Boracay. The world-famous beach of Boracay, White Beach, is truly the best beach here in Boracay, and it should be your primary destination, especially if this is your first time in Boracay. The powdery white sand, the nightlife, the restaurants, majority are all located in White Beach, from Station 1 to 3. We arrived at Hennan Palm and settled in our new hotel, where we will stay for 4 days. We stayed in their premier pool access room that has direct access to the pool. which cost us around 30,000 pesos for 3 nights. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, but I would say it's worth it as our nyanya really enjoyed swimming in the pool. Their deluxe room at Hennan Palm costs around 5,000 pesos per night with free breakfast buffet, which for me is a good deal as you'll have access to their awesome facilities, including the SkyPool, and Hennan Palm is directly in front of the beach. There are still some after effects of the typhoon, as you can see in the video. The waves are still big, so the beach is closed for the day. We just relax at the pool and our nyanya loves swimming. In the evening, we went to Mesa to dine and get serenaded by a nice acoustic duo, strolled the beach in the evening and ended our day. It was a windy morning for our fourth day, but the beach is now open for swimming. Hennan Palm's included breakfast is way better than that of Fairways and Bluewater, has way more offering and tastes a whole lot better. Their in-room dining offering is leagues better as well, and gets served really fast. Travel tip number 4. Make your included buffet breakfast a brunch so you can save on food expenses. I know, there's people who do this travel hack as well, where you take your breakfast around 9:30 a.m. so you're still full around lunchtime. My tip is to get protein-rich foods like eggs and chicken, as protein makes you feel satiated for a longer time. We spent the majority of our day enjoying the pool, and our nyanya truly loves swimming. I guess she got that from me, coming from an Ironman triathlon athlete, as she is not afraid of water at all. We also drank some alcohol at Hennan Palm's SkyPool, located on their second floor with an overlooking view of the beach. In the afternoon, I went for a 6-kilometer run from Station 2 going back to Fairways and Bluewater as we left our Chromecast device back at our previous room. Ever since the 2018 Boracay shutdown happened, Boracay roads greatly improved and became wider. Sidewalks are built throughout the island so running is very safe and pollution is at a minimum, as majority of public transport in the island is battery powered. Here's some awesome shots of my run going from Station 2 all the way to Fairways and back. We tried the dinner buffet at Palm Tree for 899 pesos per person, and it was well worth it, as the selection is awesome and the food is delicious. We were blessed with great weather on our fifth and last full day here at Boracay. Sun is up and the weather is a whole lot better. Our Nyanya enjoyed playing on the sand as this is her first actual experience to play at the beach. Just look at the powdery white sand that makes us keep going back again and again to this beautiful paradise. The beach is also smooth and barely any stones or rock, which makes the experience a whole lot better. No wonder it's one of the most visited places in the country, both local and international tourists. It's also listed numerous times as one of the best beaches in the world by several media and publications. We spent the rest of the day enjoying the pool, and later that day, I went for another run, this time going to Station 3. Travel tip number 5. If you want a less crowded beach at Boracay, book a hotel or accommodation at Station 1 or Station 3. Station 2 is really busy all year round, so I recommend either Station 1 or 3 if you prefer a less busy beach experience. As you can see in this video, Station 3 is less crowded as you go further and further away from Station 2. But there's still restaurants and bar here and there. Whether you're staying in Station 1, 2, or 3 here in Boracay, you're in for a nice treat. Each station has its own unique charm, but one thing remains consistent: incredible beach experience. No matter where you stay, you'll be soaking up the same stunning views and enjoying the beautiful shores. So relax and enjoy. Boracay's magic is waiting for you. Our final day in Boracay. We kicked things off early since we had a 9 a.m. flight. The weather was just as fantastic as the day before. But unfortunately, we only had time for one last quick glance at the beach before heading out. We opted for a private hotel to airport transfer for 1,700 pesos, and it was definitely worth it. The service was hassle-free, and we arrived at the airport in just about 45 minutes. I recommend allotting at least 3 hours before your flight so you have ample time to check in your baggages, as well as giving you the peace of mind to not miss your flight. We took the AirAsia flight from Caticlan to Manila, and due to good weather, we were back in Manila by 1:30 p.m. Overall, our anniversary vacation was absolutely amazing. Despite some rainy weather at the start of our trip, Boracay's charm kept us entertained throughout our stay. I hope you found these tips and ideas helpful for planning your own adventure to this beautiful paradise. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more travel inspiration. Have a fantastic day!